This series has seen 4 different event winners in its first 4 rounds. Losenort, Janssen, Osterkamp, and Godin have all earned best of day bragging rights. This morning, will another new name join that list? Find out right here, live as it happens on the Global Sim Racing channel, as Apex Online Racing's Formula Renault 2.0 Season 8 Championship visits Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. From the Great White North, hello and welcome to GSRC's Countdown to Green. Way up in the press box to bring you our Word's Eye view is Soup and Crackers. Yours truly, Bill Soup Zahn, joined by Sean Crackers Ambrose. The hardest working man in sim race broadcasting, Joe Peak, sits in the director's chair, and the long thin shadows cast by a low-risen Canadian sun should make a pretty backdrop for the cameras located, aimed, zoomed, and focused by GSRC's camera guru, Dougie Beer. It's round 5 of 12 on the AOR Season 8 calendar. As always, a pair of races are on tap, an initial 40-minute feature and a 25-minute sprint that follows. As cyberspace flows into your place, over these 15 Streamy award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to fully appreciate the doubleheader Formula Renault 2.0 Championship event that will immediately follow. Now, the last time the AOR was at Mosport was round 4 last season when Jean-Francois Godin, racing then for the fan favorite but now grounded Flying Frenchman, well, he won the day. If you missed that broadcast, shame on you, but for those of you who did, let me reintroduce my booth mate to talk about Mosport. Sean Ambrose, good to have you back.
Soup, and it's great to be back here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, more commonly known as Mosport, located right here in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada. One of the things we like to point out as we look at the track map is that this 2.5-mile layout that you see on screen is pretty much how this place looked back when it opened in 1961. Now, it's a rarity nowadays that racetracks aren't altered in some form or fashion to adapt to the demands of modern safety. That said, the majority of these 10 corners are fast sweepers with lots of elevation changes, Soup. And this Renault 2.0, Formula Renault 2.0 is bad fast here. Lots of grip, and boy, you're flat-footing this track for about 2/3 of it. That means passing opportunities will be at a premium. Now, Moss Corner looks like the best one on paper, but it's really a risky attempt to do anything down there. Expect most passes to happen in the S's or on the Andretti straightaway there up the hill. Now, the real worry for most of these drivers is Clayton. That's turn 2. In real life, that runoff is paved now, but meaning it's not quite as dangerous. Well, here in iRacing version, if you get just a little bit offline there and maybe get a tire off the curb, you're going to be in big trouble there. So you've got to really pay attention to that grass on the outside. I can almost guarantee you that a few races will probably end in that blind, scary corner there. But the best way to show you how it's really like to get around here at Mosport is to hop on board the GSRC Formula Renault 2.0.
All right, we've got Scott Newton in the GSRC Formula Renault 2.0, so let's do a lap around Mosport. Turn 1 is going to be very fast with a pretty short run up to it. That means it won't be often that you see passes into here, although it's not impossible. Switch sides coming off and then set up for the blind entry into Clayton. This is one of the scariest, most difficult corners in racing, and the best way through it is to try to double apex it. Once again, you won't have much time before you need to get the car across the track and whoa it up for Quebec. Despite opening up on the exit, you won't want to steer into the apex too early through here. We're now coming up to the plunge through turn 4, which is easily flat out and leads into the braking for Moss. Brave and eager drivers might attempt to pass into here, but the compression at the bottom makes it a surprisingly short braking zone for this hairpin. There's 2 apexes to hit, and ideally you want to set yourself up with a good run out of the second half, because now you're dumped onto the Andretti straight. Even though it's not fully straight and kind of weaves as it climbs uphill, you won't be lifting all the way until you reach the S's. Naturally, expect to see some draft battles take place as drivers try to jockey for position into turn 8. Most people will instinctively defend the inside, but if you're able to hold it around the outside of this fast sweeper, you can be rewarded with the inside line into 9. It isn't easy to execute, but you'll look pretty savvy when you manage it. Finally, we'll change direction one last time through White's Corner, where you don't want to take too much of the inside curve. Hopefully, you've now finished a lap around Mosport.
And there's a lap around Mosport. Now, let's review what happened last time out at Silverstone. Once again, the name Jean-Francois Godot tops the chart. The team player driver did not win either race, but a second in the feature and a fifth in the sprint earned best of the day honors. Privateer Mark Usher posted a third and a seventh. Not able to follow up on his feature win with points in the sprint race was Renault Osterkamp, so he lands in third, tied with sprint race winner Karl Jansen for Radical Online JRT. Rolling boxcars was another SimRC driver, Patrick Kessler, who finished sixth in both races. So with 4 races in the books, let's take a look at the points. Now, the GSRC stat boys, Simon and Poindexter, have decided that it would be best to wait until 6 races in before we start to take drop races into account. So what you'll be looking at are the raw totals. Now, the first part of the championship season last time, Radicals Online Adam Tierney, just like then, is still winless, but he tops the charts thanks to his consistency. SimRC sports both its drivers in second and third. Renault Osterkamp has 2 feature wins so far. Patrick Kessler's best result was a third at Donington, doing that in the feature. But like Tierney, he is consistent, yet to finish out of the points. The stat boys tell me that Jean-Francois Godin for players is the leader when the dropped events are taken into account. Karl Jansen for Radical Online JRT picked up his first race win last time out in the sprint. Let's look at the Tier 2 standings now. Yunus Vastamaki for Berlin SimSport has been the fastest Tier 2 driver in the last 6 races. All single-digit straight numbers from Laguna Seca, Donington, and Silverstone. Red Devils' Daniel Morris' best Tier 2 result was second, doing that in both of Donington events. Formula Mini Sarah Dove is next. Did not start at Donington hurts the Orange Viking. Knut Martinsen will very much benefit from dropped event rule when that is accounted for. And making the list for the first time is the only U.S. driver competing this season, Stefan Larkamp. Finally, to the team championships. It's Milli Vanilli, Osterkamp, and Kessler pushing SimRC to the top. For Radicals Online, Adam Tierney has been warm. Josh Thompson has been hot and cold. Positive SimRacing Green continues to surprise. That's Harrison Finch and Lubomir Morris. Singing an Eric Carmen tune hit is Jean-Francois Godin for team players. Singing all by myself as well is Karl Jansen for Radical Online JRT. Formula Mini, manned and womaned by Christoph Holstein and Sarah Dove, make the overlay debut in 10th. So now you know who you'll be watching. To tell you about what you'll be watching, let's go to Crackers for the series and event details.
Yes, sir. Let's look at it here real quick. It is, of course, Season 8, Round 5. Boy, Soup, it's hard to believe we're almost halfway there. 2 drops this season. Be a 1 drop equals the combination of the feature and sprint race. Now, it is 2 races per event, and that is this feature race we're getting ready to watch, followed up by a very, very fast sprint race. And the setups, of course, as always, are open. What exactly does that mean? Well, that means they've tweaked them, they've worked on them. Everybody's got a little something different maybe under the hood, and suited to one's driving style. We'll see. Now, the weather today, it's absolutely stunning. Mostly cloudy, 75 degrees Fahrenheit on track, 72 degrees cloudy outside, Soup, with just a little bit of wind. This should be a rip-roaring good time today. Now, the details of this feature race, sir. Race distance 40 minutes. Now, we'll be gridding based on this qualifying that's going on right now with just about a minute and a half left. You'll get 1 pit stop. That's what probably going to need to get it done. You can't go the full distance. There's not enough fuel in the tank. And the incident cap right there at 15x. Any more than 15 incidents in Soup, we'll visit you in the Twilight Zone.
And that can happen. What do you think this track is like? Is this a incident track where you pick up a lot of them?
You know, Moss Corner can be very, very tough. Turns 5 and 6. Now, we talked about in the track description about how Clayton can be just murderous. You know, honestly, this car's got a lot of grip, and if you make your turn in just at the right spot on Clayton, that's flat out down the hill. with these temperature conditions, the grip is going to be great. You will spend 2/3 of this track with it wide open, Soup. And when you get out of Moss Corner and you go up that long Andretti straight all the way to turn 8, you'll be in 7th gear when you hit 8 into the S's right there. So this is one bad fast track in this car. White's Corner, the very, very last turn, turn 10, could be trouble for some of these drivers. They don't hit it just right. It's a really, really easy spot to loop the car.
Looking at the qualifying, we have a new name at the top. How about Harrison Finch, currently sitting on the pole, and a new name at the bottom, Alec Hudson. I believe he's making his AOR Formula Renault 2.0 Championship debut. Looks like there are 30 drivers on the entry list, and qualifying is just about done right now. So why don't we go ahead and go to our grid if we can, because it's a standing start and a full field. We'll take them 2 at a time. Sean, let's see if we can get through it. Harrison Finch and Jean-Francois Godot on the front row.
All right, row 2 going to be Mark Usher and Patrick Kessler.
Row 3 is Charlie Summers and Eunice Vastamaki.
All right, in row 4, it's going to be Christian Tkach and Scott Newton.
Adam Tierney is in the 9th spot, rounding out your top 10, Manuel Hoyer.
Row 6, Carl Jensen and Luke Barton.
Yuri Merjak and Daniel Morris in 13th and 14th.
Row 8, Ty McLeod and Lubomir Morris.
The next row is going to be Renee Osterkamp and the Rolling Thunder, Evan Imre.
All right, row 10, Newt Martinson and Connor Ryan.
Hidden Blackjack, Christoph Holstein, Bruce Dometer.
Row 12, Sarah Dove and Jeroen de Cortel.
Another new name, Jordan Pierce. Looks like he's making his debut in the quarter-century mark. Alexis Mariloso in 26th.
27th and 28th, Tom Van Hoyman and Casper Thron.
Last not but least, filling up your back row is Silvio Hurt and Alec Hudson. Okay, 30 drivers. Let's see if Alec actually took the grid. He did, as did Silvio Hurt. I think we have them all here today. But how about this? He's a Tier 1 driver, Harrison Finch, sitting at the top of the qualifying. I know he was fast in practice, and he sits on the pole right now. Former champion Jean-Francois Godin sits 4th in the gross points, sits 1st when drop races are taken into account. Waiting for the number 3 driver, Mark Usher, to grid up. He's taking his time, giving the commentators lots of time to get through the grid to make sure they earn their GSRC commentators bonus. We've got it. So, Mark, we're ready to go whenever you are. Under this low-rising morning sun here, the weather today, well, I think we got good conditions to go racing. 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 75 on the track. The engines begin to harmonize. Gather up the chicken steak, cover behind the cows because the horses are out of the barn. Harrison Finch leads the stampede down into the first corner. Look at the battle for second. That is Usher, who sneaks in from the 3rd position, gets around the French driver of Jean-Francois Godin. A battle for 4th and 5th. Careful, boys. That is right now. That's Patrick Kessler. Gets the best of Charlie Summers. Also in the mixes there is Eunice Vastamaki, Sean.
Lots of cars spinning. Bruno Dometer gets pushed off course, up in front of him. Bunch of cars off track. Jordan Pierce, Alexis Merloso. Wow, Yuri Mojak in the middle of that also.
Mariloso goes for a tumble. We'll come back and show you that one after the first lap action is done. Oh, and there is more contact going on behind. As we have cars spinning, another driver who is off is Evan Imre. Oh my goodness, and Renee Osterkamp involved in an incident. It all started when Luke Barton got loose in front of everybody. Luke Barton made contact with Scott Newton. Barton came back on the track, picked up some more drivers. Sean, the first lap has been messy. We've been having some technical difficulties, so not sure if we're going to be able to give you those replays. Okay, we're not going to be able to have replays here today. And Charlie Summers is off. He just bangs it as well. Everybody's going to get around him. Oh, no. He's collected by Daniel Morris.
Yeah. Boy, not poor Daniel. Daniel had nowhere to go right there. Charlie in the middle of the track, and no, Daniel guessed wrong. A lot of carnage here early, Soup. We'll track it down for you here in just a moment.
We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll tell you what happened. You won't get to see it, but Sean and I will do our best to give you our bird's-eye view of what's going on. Up front, behind all that carnage, right now it's Harrison Finch. He's not running away from Mark Usher and Godot. That's your top three. That's how they were going into corner number 1. Back in 4th position, it's Kessler, Vastamaki, to catch in 6th, and Adam Tierney. Those guys are all within striking distance, 1 through 7, relatively close. A big gap back to 8th position right now, and that is Carl the Man Jansen just getting around Manuel Hoyer. Let me correct myself, that's Jansen fending off that spot. He was racing in that position, and he holds off Hoyer. The drivers come across to complete lap number 2.
Well, not just a crazy start for us, a crazy start for the entire field. I see Renee Osterkamp crawling out of the pits right now. Obviously, he had that trouble. A lot of unlucky drivers here early. Morris is in.
Trouble.
There's Usher chasing Finch. Godin was given really, really good chase there for a moment. He seems to have slid back just a little bit now.
Usher made a great move going into the first corner, got around Godin. But again, Sean, doesn't look like these guys are going anywhere. Finch was fast, but he doesn't look like he's moving anywhere on Usher. Godin hanging, keeping pace, as well as Kessler. How about Yunus Vastamaki? Once again, our top Tier 2 driver. Enjoy being a Tier 2 driver for Season 8. I think in Season 9, that's not going to be the case.
He and Kessler are really, really wheel to wheel right now. Very, very close quarters here as they get through Whites down the front stretch. Kessler looks to go to the inside.
We have more cars that are off. How about Sarah Dove got into it? And going over was Tom Van Hoyman. So Dove and Hoyman get together. Looks like Hoyman is out, not sure. Dove has had to bring it into the pits.
Yeah, Hoyman's car just appeared to take a left turn, honestly, there on Dove. Well, actually, no, it was Dove's car. Well, I don't know, maybe that might have been a little net code on Dove's behalf. 2 more damaged cars, though, in the pits already.
Now you're looking at Vastamaki right now. Look at the gap that's being put between... Oh, we're on to catch, sorry. Now that's to catch back, racing in 6th position as he's starting to make a move on the yellow car, or citrus flavor. Oh my goodness! They get together. That's Vastamaki got punted a little bit by to catch. Now it really wasn't to catch's fault because Vastamaki and Kessler got together. Vastamaki had to check up. To catch had nowhere to go. Tierney takes that spot.
Now to catch has some really formidable damage to deal with, Soup, on that right front wing. It's going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, that was a passionate love kiss there that he put onto the back of Vastamaki. Really, that was just a matter of cars getting together and Vastamaki having to check up. So to catch falls back to 7th. And now he's actually fallen into the clutches of Carl Jansen and Manuel Hoyer. More trouble. I can report that Silvio Hurt just had a solo incident. He is gone.
Yeah. Boy, that was horrible for Silvio.
Man, the track is the winner so far as drivers are falling left and right.
Silvio lost it coming down the hill into Moss. Car just slid off track on him.
Here's a list of drivers that I think are out of the race. Sarah Dove, Tom Van Hoyman, Silvio Hurt, Charlie Summers, Luke Barden, Bruno Dometer, Alexis Meriloso.
Connor Ryan getting a run on Holstein, and he backs off heading into the S's. That's a battle for 12th.
Holstein, of course, racing for Formula Mini right now, teamed up with Sarah Dove. Holstein in 12th. Ryan trying to get up into that position. Just ahead of them, racing kind of all by himself, Lubomir Morris. It's going to be a good day for his team. Lubomir Morris is the teammate of our current race leader, Harrison Finch. Those are the guys teamed up for Positive Sim Racing Green. Looking at this battle for second, I think Godin might remember. Godin was sitting, he qualified faster than Usher. He might be a faster racer right now. He is really trying to do everything he can to get around Usher. Usher beginning to lose touch a little bit with Finch. 0.7 of a second, Sean.
Yeah, just now, over this last lap, too. Usher really been able to keep him close, but yeah, I think he's starting to feel a little bit of that pressure from Francois. Here they come through whites. Can they hang on to it? Yeah, both get through one more lap here.
Just to follow up, maybe we can drop back to 9th real quick. We talked about Christian to catch. Well, he's going to be passed. Remember, that car has front nose damage. Looks like Ty McLeod closing in on him. Oh, let me correct myself. McLeod is a lap down, another driver who's had problems. So that's really not a battle. Let's drop back to 10th. The Orange Viking, Knut Martinsen. He is being challenged by Lubomir Morris. Morris able to distance himself from that battle between Holstein and Ryan. Now here comes the newcomer up on the back of the Orange Viking.
Sorry. Francois Godin taking advantage of a mistaken Moss by Usher. Coming around up the Andretti straight. He's got him. Ooh. Usher fighting back, not giving it up yet. He's going to slip into the toe there.
So Godin moves up into second. I can report that Scott Newton has had an issue, and he is off track. He nosed it in the wall. Got the car off on the grass and went straight, put it into the tire barrier. Another driver is gone. Probably, Sean, a good race for us to have our replay button break. Otherwise, we were watching the whole thing tape delayed.
Good point.
Okay, let's look back here at this battle with Martinsen. This is more. Now, this is going to be interesting because Tkach is up in 9th. And he's fallen. He's coming back. The car has damage. So this is Morris and Martinsen who are going to get around him. They want to do it quickly because running up behind these guys is Christoph Holstein in 12th.
Yeah, Soup, and Holstein, one of those cars that got through all that carnage on the opening lap, finds himself up 9 spots in this field right now. He is on his way.
There is no straight line speed for the Red Devil driver of Christian Tkach as he is just blown by. There goes Morris. Going to beat him down into corner number 8, lead him through the S's. Martinsen not able to catch up yet, but he'll get. Here comes Martinsen as well. Right on board with Knut. Go ahead, Sean.
Just watching the run he got there through the S's, Soup. Let's see if he can do anything here with him in turn 1, up the hill, down into 2. Again, they're flat out right here.
Tkach Racing really is a wounded duck. Well, I guess we're in Canada. He's a wounded goose, I guess. There comes the pass.
Yeah, Martinsen's just got all the downforce right now, and unfortunately, poor Christian's back there fighting with half a wing.
Yeah, straight line speed, but probably even more so. It's what he's got downforce through the technical sections. He seems to be slow. All that going on behind your leader. He's opened it up to 0.9 of a second now. Harrison Finch. Now Godin has got around Usher, and once the French-Canadian did that, my goodness, he has left Mark Usher behind. He was being held up. And the gap actually is closing now from Finch to Godin. Usher in 3rd.
Soup, I think we have a driver celebrating a birthday today, and I say I think it's been confirmed, but this day has not started off like they would have liked.
Well, who is that driver?
Any guesses?
I have no clue. I'll take a guess if I have to.
Sorry, Dove.
Sorry, Dove's birthday today. Well, my mom and dad raised me never to ask a female how old she is.
Yeah.
There you go, Sarah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now, while that was all going on, Christoph Holstein finally got his way around Christian Tkach. So put Holstein now up to 11th. Oh, And sure as I say that, trouble in Moss for Holstein. Off the track, into the grass.
We were talking about Sarah Dove. Well, that's Holstein's partner right there for Formula Mini. He remains in 13th position. Let's take a second and see if we can find who's in the Dos Equis spot, that transfers it. Who is the most interesting man racing right now? I guess it'd be Ty McLeod. Now, here's the rules. You don't have to be on the lead lap. You just have to be at no more than one lap down. So right now, Ty McLeod qualifies.
Yeah, Daniel Morris now in that 20th spot, was in the pit, now rolling out.
Yeah,
Ooh, Osterkamp going to pass Morris, Sue. So, give it to Osterkamp. See, that changed 3 times in the last half lap, Sue.
Well, I'm showing Morris just coming out of the pits right now. Now, I'm not sure if this is scheduled or not. So that moves Osterkamp up into 20th, right? Is that what I'm seeing, right?
Right, yes.
Well, again, if you're a fan of this series, you know the 20th position. If you're Renee Osterkamp, you've had a horrible sprint race, but if you know that you're in 20th and maybe have a chance of starting on the pole for the sprint race, you've had a bad feature, but you can start on the pole for the sprint, that'll take some of the sting out of the wound.
Well, speaking of taking the sting out of the wound, Christian Tkach finally brought the car in. Got a pit stop and got it repaired. Sue, back out on track, cycled to 17th place.
Yeah, with just over 26 minutes to go, Tkach is pretty much a veteran of the series. My guess is he stayed out there in that wounded car as long as he could, got to the very front of the window, and came in. Let's see if he can go from here without having to stop again.
I think he may. I think he may be able to go to the distance. He's probably going for speed here, though, too.
Well, we talked about birthday cake. There's a reference to some cake.
Boy, Connor Ryan really back here giving Carl Jansen a little something to think about. Ooh, and Jordan Pierce was right off the course there in Moss as they went through.
Wait a minute, you were talking about Carl Jansen. He just had a spin right in corner number 1. The car got loose, it looped around, and he didn't hit anything but lost a ton of time.
He might be close to losing a spot here.
Yeah, that's what put him back next to Connor Ryan. He was racing much farther up, so he had that spin. Back into 10th right now. Now we'll look at this. This is Manuel Hoyer. This is a battle for 7th position. This is Lubomir Morris and Manuel Hoyer. Hoyer's been trying to get everything underneath him now.
Of course, these are a couple of teammates running at each other, but good fight going on nonetheless. I mean, they don't have much in front of them to fight for right now. Adam Tierney, quite a bit up the road, 8.5 seconds.
Yep. There we go. And there's the pass. Manuel Hoyer making the move. See if he can finish this up. Oh, can he do it on the outside as they work through 1? They are still Cialis bathtubs now. I'm sorry, that's through 8. Now they have the advantage through the S's into White's corner, coming down on the main straight, give Manuel Hoyer the lead up into 7th position.
Well, you certainly hope you can race with your teammate like that, right, Sue?
Yeah, those cars are painted exactly the same. I'll have to check my standings here. I thought he was teamed up with Harrison Finch, but I guess I'm wrong about that. Oh, I'm hearing some contact somewhere. We can't get the replay. Oh, it's Jordan Pierce, the newcomer, just pancakes it into the wall.
Yeah, and it was at a turn 10. Just got in a little bit too hot, couldn't slow it down, and it pushed right up into the wall. He's back in the pit.
Best battle on the track. Go ahead, director. He's going to tell us where we're going to go. You know, that our director's going to help me out a little bit with the positive sim racing. There's the green team and the blue team, but they are painted alike. That's, I think, let's go to this battle right now for 8th. That they are side by side. These are really not, they are cousin teammates, I believe. This is Morris and Hoyer. One is on green. Morris is on green. He's teamed up with our race leader. Now here comes the blue driver of Hoyer. Sean, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about naming teams by differentiating them by colors.
I'm still thinking, though, I mean, green, blue, they probably still all go to the same Christmas party, right?
Okay, I would guess. But
Yeah.
it would be so much more fun if it was positive sim racing Cinderella and positive sim racing Snow White. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Name them after foods would be good. Tacos and burritos. That would be good. See anything?
There you go.
My goodness.
Ooh,
Let's go up to our. Go ahead, Sean.
Big mistake by Tom McLeod there in Mosport. Boy, wasn't able to really take it. Well, he did take advantage of it.
And I can report as that's going on, the Christian to catch. He just spun the car in the final corner, and is he coming in for a second stop? He had worked his way up to. Yep.
Wow, no luck for Christian today.
Honestly, I wish we had it on replay. I'm not really sure he wanted to pit. The car just kind of looped around, and there he was.
It's where it wound up, yeah.
The racing god said, "You need to pit, young man." Now, talking about pit stops, how about Manuel Hoyer coming in? This is a legitimate stop. This is scheduled. 21 minutes of racing to go. Oh, no. He's up on the jack, Sean. That's never good.
Nope. No, sir. And Yuri Mojak also is in. He's making his way out now. Hoyer trying to hang on to 12th here. Going to get out clean.
Wasn't too bad for Hoyer. Just under 7 seconds in the box compared to about 4.5 to 5 is what you'd want it to be. All this going on behind Harrison Finch, who's going wire to wire. 1.6 seconds now on Jean-Francois Godin. Any hope we had of the French-Canadian running down Finch? I don't think that's going to happen.
Harrison seems to be really dialed in here today, Soup.
And Sean, we've been talking about it race after race as the seasons progress, and the race after race, Harrison Finch getting faster and faster, and boom, here it is. This is the pinnacle of his success so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Soup. He really seems to have come into his own and built up, starting to build up a really solid reputation. Yeah. Is one to be reckoned with week in, week out.
We've been back and watched some of the broadcasts from this time maybe a season ago. He's a mid-packer at best, little by little. Boy, he's giving me inspiration, Harrison. There's hope.
You gonna hook the wheel back up, Soup?
I just might. Thanks, Harrison. Let's go to 8th position right now. This is Martinson and Janssen. Once again, the cards and letter came into GSRC when I likened Janssen's racecraft to an unmanned fire hose. But again, he's been all over the racetrack, really fast, really exciting to watch, but a little bit wild right now as he comes up on the Kmart. Neither one of these drivers, let me double check here. Either one pitted? No, they have not. And while that goes on, Connor Ryan, remember him? He was in a battle with Holstein. Well, Connor Ryan, out of corner number, the final corner, down the main straight, slapped it on the left side of the straight. He's
Whites claims another victim, Soup. I said it in the track description, the pre-race. That's a tough one down there, man.
And this is good news for the guys who are in like 21st, 22nd position, still one lap down. Jeroen de Cortel, those guys. Actually, who would it be down there if we go down? We're looking at guys like, well, Scott Newton. Is he still racing? My goodness, Newton has still got the car out there. Still on this battle with Carl Janssen right now.
It's a good one, Soup. Here comes Carl. He's not in the right spot.
No, he sure isn't.
But I'll tell you what, I like what he's trying here.
Look at the orange Viking defending that corner.
Carl.
And Jansen gets the spot.
Carl got a nice swing of momentum off the top there and then just brought it across his bow. Took it away. Give Carl Jansen 8th spot.
Move the orange Viking back to 9th. Christoph Holstein remains your top 10 driver. Scroll through a bit, looking for a battle elsewhere. That's starting to spread out a bit. We're looking here as we're showing you laps. We really have 17 minutes of racing to go. And the top, what would that be? Top 11 drivers, 10 drivers have yet to come in. Holstein, Martinson, Jansen, Morris, Tierney, Vastamaki, Kessler, Usher, Godin, and Finch all need to pit. Leaders of all the cars who have pitted is in 11th position right now. It's Manuel Hoyer.
Is it Casper Thron leaving his box right now?
Another one of those drivers, I think, with hopes of getting into the top 20. Right now, 20th position is held by Daniel Morris. He's in a battle with Scott Newton.
Yeah, I think that's going to change. Alec Hudson, still in his pit. Oh, yeah, he had a little bit of trouble coming out of Moss there just about a lap and a half ago. Car got ugly on him, and he's brought it in. Still sitting there, probably fighting off a little bit of damage.
So the driver I'm sure currently showing in 21st position is Connor Ryan, but that car sits smoking in the pits. So there may not be a battle for the top 20. In fact, with Alec, like you talked about, Alec Hudson out, I think that puts everybody from 19th position is the last car one lap down. I don't think we're going to get a full 20 to invert this time, Sean.
Maybe not.
I think Daniel Morris is sitting pretty right now. He has made his pit stop and should be able to stay at least one lap down. That would be his goal. 15 minutes of racing to go. Hey, let's go back up to the lead, because all of a sudden, Harrison Finch starting to be closed in on. Here comes Jean-Francois Godin. The gap, now just 9/10 of a second.
You know, I think I have felt that coming on all race. Ever since Godin got past Usher. Boy, he hasn't had much luck here lately. Maybe today is the day here for Francois.
We'll have to watch this. And again, Simon and Poindexter, the GSRC stat boys, tell me that Godin is the leader in the points when you take into account the drop races. He had one did not start event, and that crushes you when you look at the points just sheerly on raw numbers. Right now, he would like to get another win. We talked about there being only one U.S. driver, but it should be pointed out that we do have another North American driver, as Jean-Francois Godin races out of Canada. For you who are geographically challenged, Canada is north of the United States. Very cold. And all the Norwegian drivers laugh at me now.
Yeah, but they have good beer in Canada. Eh?
They do.
Elsinore.
Elsinore beer, that's right. Google it, boys and girls. Oh, look at this. Finch has opened it back up to 1.3 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe just been a little bit of a either a mistake that brought him down there, or he just minding the gap.
Yeah, just another driver listening to the broadcast while he's driving.
Take this soup. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly it. Yeah. Well, I'll show him. Hoyer seems to be turning up the wick just a little bit on Carl.
Both these drivers still need to make their stops. This is a battle for ninth. Oh, look at the run that Manuel has here.
Lubomir Morris in. That was 7th place. Newt Martinson going to come around, get himself up to 7th.
That battle, Janssen able to fend off Hoyer. Boy, Sean, the best passing spot really is 8th. Get a good run out of Moss, isn't it? And then make the run down there.
Yeah.
Goda has just been clipped. Harrison Fitch had a spin from the lead. He spun it. Goda tried to get around him. He couldn't make it, and the top 2 drivers are out of the race.
Wow.
Fitch's car the wings have been clipped. Goda looped the car around. He took some serious damage as well, but at least the car is still rolling. Our new leader is Mark Usher, who comes into the pits.
Wow, wow, wow. Kessler right behind him, Bastamaki, Adam Tierney. Adam Tierney, who's that? We haven't even talked about him today.
Nope. That's how he wins his championships. So inheriting the lead right now, well, no, Kessler comes in as well. It looks like they're all coming in. Vastamaki, everybody coming in on this lap. Usher is in and out. Kessler is out in 2nd. Top tier 2 driver, Yunus Vastamaki, out in 3rd. Tierney in 4th. It looks like Lubomir Morris is the next one to come out in 5th.
Boy, that's really, but the whole face of the race just changed there, Sue.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a little 10-cent psychology here. We talked about Harrison Finch turning up the wick, we said, when Goodell was closing on him. Maybe that was a little bit of pressure there as he was trying to distance himself and pushing the car a little hard.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to just focus on your own performance, right? And what's going on around you really shouldn't matter who's in front of you or behind you. When you break that, sometimes maybe you do lose sight of what's important.
Yeah, you never know. iRacing has the things they put in. Maybe a Canadian beaver came out across the track we didn't see, and that's what caused Finch to spin. Hey, Sean, why don't we do a rundown now as the pit stops are done and we have just over 10 minutes of racing to go. Stay with me, Director. We'll go through this kind of fast. Your leader, Mark Usher, he qualified in 30, is up 2 spots, didn't do it on the track. He vultured it from attrition. Patrick Kessler, my goodness, what a great run from him. He is up 2 spots now in 2nd, the SimRC driver. Yunus Vastamaki up 3 spots into 3rd, the Tier 2 driver. Going to get another win there, it looks like. Adam Tierney on his way to another championship, perhaps, as he does it again, staying consistent, up 5 spots, racing in 4th. How about Lubomir Morris? Boy, what a hard charger, 11 positions, racing in 5th. Sean?
Carl Janssen being hounded by Manuel Hoyer right now. This is one of the best battles on track at the moment, Sue. 6th and 7th place. These two going at it, and we'll be going at it probably till the last lap. Janssen getting the better of that battle right now. Let's drop back to 8th in another battle. Knut Martinson, Yuri Mojak back in 9th. Only about, 0.6 of a second separates the two.
Good run from Mojak.
Yeah, it really is. Solid run for the Tier 2 driver. Up 11 spots there in 8th spot now. Or I'm sorry, Mojak in 9th. Up 4 spots. Then we'll go back to 10th. And that is Christoph Holstein still hanging on. And he's got a wide gap on 11th place. Evan Imre right now. Holstein just keeps it in the gray here for the last 8.5 minutes. He should be in good shape.
Let's go ahead and keep going as the action has kind of calmed down a bit. 11th, you talked about the Rolling Thunder, Evan Imre. Let's go back to 12th. That is Jeroen de Quartel. Now he's 1 lap down. The leader of all the cars, 1 lap down, up 12 spots. Go ahead, Sean.
Sorry, Sue.
That was Tierney that he just got around.
Yeah, Hoyer and Janssen heating up. Janssen still has the position, but Hoyer come up alongside. Oh, and right by there, Todd McLeod gets around. Just out of Moss. That happened right in front of Janssen and Hoyer.
And here comes the run from Hoyer. Look at the defensive line again, going into 8. Now Jansen brings it over there a little bit to get a good entry into 8. And I think Hoyer's going to have to wait one more lap before he gets that done. Let's stay with this a little bit longer. We'll follow it down the front straight. See if he gets a run. That would probably be the best passing zone until they get down to 8 again. And I don't think Manuel's going to get there. Let's continue through the field. We got back to Jeroen Descartel in 12th position. First car, 1 lap down, I believe. Yes. How about Casper Thron? He is in 13th spot. Boy, so many cars, 13th, 1 lap down. He'll get a transfer position as well. Behind him, Ty McLeod. He's got about 2.5 seconds back to René Oosterkamp, who's racing in 15th.
All right, so racing in 16th is Scott Newton. Newton, he is, a lap down right now. And then behind him, you've got Daniel Morris running in 17th. And Daniel also finds himself a lap down from the rest of the field. And that's it. That's all we got left on track right now. Soup, 17 cars.
Oh, my goodness. Jean-Francois Godin has called it a day.
Wow.
And while that goes on, we've just lost another one. Jeroen Descartel from 12th puts the car in the wall right going into White's corner. It's on his noggin. He is done. He will not get the transfer position.
Wow.
Oh, the old girl Mosport, she is a cranky today.
She certainly is, Soup.
Man, oh man. Honestly, I haven't. A lot of these, so many of these, Sean, have been just driver errors. I mean, not a lot of car-to-car contact, just the track winning.
Yeah. In the spots that we predicted it would probably happen. In White's corner, the last corner. Not much trouble in Clayton. I didn't think we'd see much there, but Moss in turn 12 have been really, really bad. I mean, turn 10. There is no turn 12.
Yeah, you're in trouble if you work in turn 12. Yeah. Let's go to 6th. Here's our battle again. This is the best one on the track. Jansen and Hoyer. They come into White's. Now, this is claimed, this White corner. To be honest, Sean, I've raced on this track enough. I didn't have that much trouble in corner 10, but man, that has been claiming, guys, as now they work through one.
Okay, so it's deceptively faster in this car than any car you've been in, okay? There's really is a lot of grip, but there's one spot in the line through there. If you don't get it just right, the car will step out on you, and you're traveling so fast, it's really hard to catch it.
I believe we have about just under 5 minutes of racing to go. So this final lap, don't be fooled by that. Our timing and scoring, we're having some gremlins. I believe we have a little more racing to go. Sean, would you confirm that with me?
Yeah, Soup. No, we're good. We got 4.5 minutes right now. About 4 laps to go, I think, is where we're at. Don't worry, folks. We won't let you miss it.
Again, Hansen fends off Hoyer one more time, down into 8. So let's stay on this battle. So here they go through 10 again. So, Sean, what you're saying is, in my little MX-5 that I spend all my time in, that's why 10 isn't quite so scary, huh?
Yeah.
A little more scary in the Formula Renault?
Yeah, definitely, Sue.
Okay, all right. I guess that's a rule of thumb for probably any corner.
Boy, just when I think Hoyer is going to catch Jansen, Hoyer has a bobble, or Jansen gets a better run out of the turn. A lot of back and forth between these two right now, but Jansen has the clear advantage still here. I almost think he's toying with him just a bit. Maybe not.
Well, probably one of those incidents where there's nowhere for me to go when I get around him. Let's just do it on the last run, and then I'll beat you down into the start-finish line.
I mean, Morris hasn't exactly checked out on these guys. He's only 3 seconds ahead. I mean, there's plenty to go for at this point, really. But there is only 3 minutes left, and that's the problem. You're running out of time. So I don't know. Let's see. Jansen might be happy where he's at. Hoyer, whereas I'm sure he'd love to have that position. I don't know if he needs it right now. You know what I mean?
Yep, and far as the transfer position, I'm seeing Daniel Morris as now 2 laps down. So I think we're only going to go back far as 15th position to Scott Newton, who's trying to hang on. I think he's safe. I don't think he's going to be lapped. Usher can see him. He's a straightaway behind, but I think he's okay. Sean, we talk about doing the double. This would be a good opportunity. There's not going to be a lot of cars for Mark Usher to have to get around this time.
Not as many, is there? Yeah. Boy, look at some of the names. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, this is Vastamaki. How is this happening? This is Kessler running up on Usher. I apologize for this. Patrick Kessler out to the front.
Did we fall asleep there for a second?
Did he run him down or did he make a mistake? Oh, no, it was a spin in Moss corner. That's what happened. Usher had a mistake in Moss. The car got perpendicular with the track. Then he brought it out. And that's what gave Kessler a run down the back straight. My goodness, Sean, the track bites another driver. All Mark had to do was keep the car pointed in the right direction. Now with 1:30 to go, he's got his work cut out for him.
Bad time for a mistake, yeah. Oh. Does look like he's all over it now, though. Here, watch out. Kessler got a mirror full here of Mark Usher.
Okay, just over a minute of racing to go. I think they'll have this one more lap.
Right.
Look at Kessler. He's going to take this defensive line. He's going to hug the right side of the track. Put on the reggae music. If you're going to pass me, you're going to have to do it on the high side. Now, here comes Usher. He's got a good run. Look at the momentum. Is he going to be able to finish the job even before they get to 8th? No. He has to take the wider line. Now he eases in. And order has been restored. Mark Usher back out to the front. Crosses under the flag with 41 seconds to go. This is your white flag lap. This is your best battle on the track right now. We'll stay on this one. We'll see if Kessler can pressure Usher into another mistake. Boy, he closes up nicely on him. They have the lap traffic of Luke Barton. Barton hugs the right side. Oh my goodness. Usher runs right up on the back of Barton. Barton does a good job of holding his line. Here they go through Moss, Sean. This is important to get a good run off here. If Kessler is close enough, he can make a run. Maybe.
Not bad.
Now 4 car lengths back. Kessler closing, but he's going to not get there before the corner. They're about halfway through the straight right now. Kessler's coming, but it might be too little too late. Usher feels confident enough to move to the outside to get a good run through corner number 8. Now they work through the S's. They get that done. It's just the right-hander of white to go, but careful. This has bit several drivers. Here comes Kessler. I don't think there's enough time between him and the start-finish line. No! Let's give Mark Usher the win. Round number 5 in the feature race from Mosport.
Yeah, and Kessler, Bastamaki, Tierney all get across the line. There's your top 5. Hoyer is going to hold down that 6th spot. Jansen going to come across with the 7th. Yuri Mojak, 8th. Knut Martinson going to finish there in the top 10. He came up 10 spots. Good run for him.
The last car on the lead lap is going to be Evan Imre. Let's give Evan a little bit of love here as he just finishes out before we go to break. And yes, viewers, I know it's Mosport, but it's in Canada. It's fun to call it Mosport. Come on. Tierney through the S's around corner number 10. He's going to finish on the lead lap in 11th. I feel safe to say that our transfers position is going to be 15th spot. Scott Newton, 1 lap down. All right, well, the best part of any doubleheader is the break between the events, the perfect blend of a post-race high and the pre-race jitters. What we'll do right now is take a much-needed break, but don't go far. We'll come back to run down the finishing order, talk to some of the drivers, and then we'll bring you the 25-minute sprint race. Don't go far. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of Apex Online Racing's Formula Renault 2.0 Season 8 Championship. This is round number 5 from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. The feature race is in the books. Let's run down the finishing order. Well, he made it exciting. He started from third. A mistake from the two guys in front of him gave him the lead, but then a mistake from him turned over the lead for a minute to Patrick Kessler, but he got it back. I'm talking about Mark Usher. Patrick Kessler had a taste of the lead for just a second, but had to settle for third. Jonas Vastamaki, another great run from the Tier 2 driver, leads that class, third overall. Adam Tierney in fourth, rounding out your top 5. A great run from Lubomir Morris, up 11 positions. Manuel Hoyer was in a battle for most of the race with Carl Janssen. Hoyer gets the best of that. Janssen has to settle for 7th. He is our top rookie. Yuri Moric in 8th position. 9th and 10th go to the Knut Martinsen, Tier 2 driver. And Christoph Holstein rounds out your top 10. Sean?
Okay, Soup, and let's take the second 10. It's going to be Evan Imre with an 11th place finish today. Ty McLeod, 12th. Casper Thron, 13th, up 15 spots, Soup. Renee Osterkamp, 14th. Scott Newton, 15th. Daniel Morris, 16th. Jeroen Decourtel finishes this race in the pit, 17th. 18th, Francois Godin. Harrison Finch, 19th. 20th, Alec Hudson.
All these drivers multiple laps down. Baker's blackjack position, Connor Ryan, Kristen Tkach in 22nd, Jordan Pierce, Luke Barden, Tom Van Hoyman in the quarter century mark. Sarah Dove, we'll talk to her in a minute. She didn't get very far. She finishes in 26th, 31 laps down. Charlie Summers, Silvio Hurd, Bruno Dometer, Alexis Meriloso, all victims of this track. Let's go ahead, Sean, and I'll let you talk to Sarah right now.
Well, Sarah, we're all going to start by saying happy birthday again to you.
Thank you. It was actually yesterday, but I guess it counts today.
Yes, it does. It always counts when you get a chance to come in here with us and listen. Sorry for the tough luck, though. They didn't greet you very well, did they?
No, I had a good starting lap, first few laps, but I was trying to overtake Tom, and pretty much the car just hit the tiniest of bumps, like it was going over a pencil or something, and it just decided to kill itself into a wall. So
yeah, it was really wild, very unexpected. That it honestly looked like a netcode incident at first, but the car just took a wicked break, and you binned it.
Yeah, hopefully the sprint race goes a bit better, but I haven't really been having good races recently.
Sorry, it's Soup here. It's got to be a little frustrating with so much attrition. This was an opportunity to score some big points if you just could have kept the car going straight.
Yeah, I'm gutted really, because I could have had a fight for a top 10. So, yeah.
All right, well, you're starting in the back for the sprint race, so just take it easy, and I got a hunch that things are going to open up for you if you can pass a lot of guys that I think are going to be in the trees. So good luck.
Thank you. I hope so.
Sarah does. Well, she doesn't hope for bad things to happen. She just hopes for a good event, right? We don't have time to talk to Tom Van Hoyman right now. We apologize to Tom. What we need to do is take a break to make sure everything's working good for the sprint race. So we'll be back in just a few. Don't go far. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of Apex Online Racing's Formula Renault 2.0 Season 8 Championship. It's round 4 from Mosport. The feature race is done, and now we're going to get you ready for the sprint race. Sean, what's this all about?
Soup, what is it all about? This sprint race, 25 minutes, and, well, how much can we talk about it? We're inverting this grid. And, well, Soup, it's only going to be, what did we say, 17 this time?
15, I think.
15, okay. Now, and that's because you can't be any more than a lap down, Soup. And so we had a lot of carnage in that first one. Hopefully we're not going to get it in the sprint race. We'll see. The incident cap only at 11Xs. Now, we saw nobody really have any problems with that. So I think we'll be in good shape. Now, you do get a fast repair if you come upon one of those incidents in this race and you bent it pretty hard. Then you'll get a chance to either tow or limp back to the pits, get it repaired, and get back out. But you only get that one time here in this sprint race. Again, 25 minutes is what it's all about, Soup, and it's an all-out war.
We're going to do our best. We think we got most of our technical gremlins behind us. We apologize for the difficulty in no replays in the feature race. We're going to give it a shot here in the sprint race, see if we can bring you some replays. Our director has described it as we might do it, but it might be a little janky. I'm not sure quite what that adjective means, but for the younger demographics out there, that's what you can look forward to. Now, remember, Mark Usher was your winner. He will be put back to, I believe, 15th position. What is the good news for him? That's not far to get to the front. A lot of drivers out of the way. And most of his competition, keep in mind, the guys that he was racing behind in the feature race, like, who would that be? Like Harrison Finch, who really was the car to beat, and Jean-Francois Godin, they do not get the benefit of the regrid, so they're going to be starting farther back. So Usher might have a clear path to the front. Maybe, Sean, we see the double today.
Yeah, maybe, Soup. You know what? Strange things have happened already today. Maybe they get a little bit stranger with the rare occurrence of the double, which didn't seem to be so rare. Just not too long ago, but this season, it seems like it's been a pretty tough challenge.
Yeah, nobody really has made a run at it. Good opportunities for a lot of drivers now. We talk about it every time. If you had a bad feature race, you just don't want to make matters worse by having a bad sprint race. Just try to get some points. Same thing if you had a good feature race. Don't think that you have to win the sprint race. Just get whatever points you can. A guy who really understands that is Adam Tierney, as that's how he's made a living in this series for the last season and a half. Look for him to do well again.
Well, Soup, only 30 seconds left here. Do you have a favorite? Because I do.
Who do you like?
Boy, I'll tell you what. I think someone's out for redemption. Look for Mark Usher to bull his way up to the front. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it might be a chance. I think Osterkamp was inside the top 15. He might be tough to get around if he can get out in front. Bastamaki also a real chance to get his first win for the season. Let's go ahead. We can't bring it up to you. We have to wait till iRacing populates the grid before we can bring you the starting grid. This is not based on qualifying time. It's based on the results from the previous race. So we continue to wait for iRacing to give it to us. Sean, we'll do 10 at a time this time as we got to hustle through. I want to get that qualifying bonus here from GSRC. Scott Newton, Renee Osterkamp on your front row. Oh, there's your winner right there, Renee Osterkamp. Casper Thon, Ty McLeod, Evan Imre, Christoph Holstein, Knut Martinson, Jiri Mojak, rounding out your top 10 in row 5, Carl the Man Jansen and Manuel Hoyer.
All right, row 6, Lubomir Morris, Adam Tierney. Row 7, Eunice Fastamaki, Patrick Kessler. Row 8, Mark Usher, Daniel Morris. Row 9, Jeroen Decourtel and Francois Godin. In row 10, Soup, Harrison Finch and Alec Hudson.
Look at those pretty new graphics that we're having up there. Ryan Connor in the blackjack position inside of Christian DeCatch in the double duck spot. Jordan Pierce and Luke Barden behind them. Tom Van Hoyman and Sarah Dove, well, they make up row 13. Row 14, Charlie Summers, he's got a long way to go, and Silvio Hurt. And the last car out there, Alexis Mariloso. The engines begin to harmonize. You know what that means? Gather up your chickens, take cover behind the cows, because the horses are out of the barn. It is Scott Newton leading the Stampede down into the first corner. Now keep an eye on Rene Osterkamp. He tucks back into second. Oh no, but things are really bunched up behind. Third position is McLeod. Thon stuck on the outside, moving into fourth spot. That is Christoph Holstein. A lot of veteran names up there. Thon continues to fall down. Janssen now in the battle. Everybody gets up to fifth. Oh, I hear some contact going on.
Yep.
To catch
At
involved.
the back. It was Van Hoyman.
Oh, Tom, where are you going?
And Christian to catch. Daniel Morris got a piece of that too.
I'll try to see if I can be the devil's advocate there, but boy, Tom Van Hoyman just late to the braking in the first corner. You got to check up a little bit going in there. They're not going to be at speed, all bunched up. Out in front, Scott Newton, Rene Osterkamp challenging for that lead. Not going anywhere, though, is Ty McLeod. The top four race very close. Christoph Holstein as they work their way around Moss now. Down the back straight. Oh, let me apologize. I'm a little bit behind. Through Whites. Through the final corner. Now they complete the first lap. Let's make it official. And it is Rene Osterkamp who got the pass made on Scott Newton. My apologies for missing that. Ty McLeod and Holstein. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Adam Tierney off to a rough start. Soup down 9 spots. Is fighting back. Now found the wing of Sarah Dove. Got a long way to go from back here in 21st.
Of course, Holstein made that pass on the outside going into 8th, so he's your new leader. We look now at Adam Tierney in 21st position. Boy, Sean, it is a mess back there.
Yeah, and still back here in this battle with Adam Tierney, very, very tight quarters, lots of cars sliding all over the place. Tierney trying to get a move on Dub. Comes out of Moss, out to the left.
That's Dove on the inside, Tierney on the top side. Dove will have the preferred position. This is all going on behind. A lot of stuff ahead of him. Now a change for the lead as, oh my goodness, Newton has got around Osterkamp. And once again, it was done down into corner number 8. Osterkamp tried to take his half out of the middle. Newton ducked to the inside. The pass was made. Now we got it made. There we have Newton up in front. Osterkamp in second. Let's go back again, Sean. I hate to leave the front, but I just got a hunch. Things are really starting to heat up in the back a little bit. Well, they've spread out a bit.
Yeah, I don't know, Soup. Right now, you got Godin pressing on Kessler. That's for 13th. Godin looks primed to take this spot away. Heading into the S's, down into Whites now.
Remember Godin?
No, I'm sorry. That's in Moss. That's in Moss.
They work through Moss. Yeah, well, let's stay on this. This is where all the action is, and there's a long string of cars. We'll see if we can see who's going to make a pass. It might be more than just Godin and Kessler. Let's go up to 9th position right now, because on that same straight, ducking to the inside, this is Mark Usher as he makes a move on the inside of Yuri Mojak.
Ooh. McLeod up to second, gets by Osterkamp.
Osterkamp had a taste of the lead for a while. He drops back now to 3rd. He's just ahead of Carl Janssen and Christoph Holstein. All right, cross your fingers, boys and girls. We're going to see if we can do a replay here. Now that's Osterkamp in the yellow car on the inside line. There goes McLeod on the outside. They go over the hill. And the pass is made. Well, we got the replay done. Let's see if we can get out of the replay now. That's the tricky spot. How about that? Hey!
It's the simple things in life, Soup.
Oh, Joe Peak is very relieved. Let's go to 7th position right now. Look at this mess. This really starts at 6 with Imre. Then Martinson behind him. Hoyer in this mix. Usher, who got around Mojak.
Oh, look at this. Mojak really looking to make a move here. Ugh.
And while this is going on, I can report that Osterkamp just made a move on Holstein. So Osterkamp gets 4th position back. Holstein drops back to 5th. Imre side by side with Martinson. There you're looking at that continues. Oh no! Lyco Disney threw the devil in the deep through C. He splits it. That was Manuel Hoyer.
Wow. Hoyer just picks up 3 spots right there.
Oh.
Martinson, Knut Martinson with big trouble though. That was him sliding off track.
Holstein, who was racing up in 5th position at the time, had a mistake. He is gone. Once again, the action. What happened? What happened up in 5th? Osterkamp got loose, got off on the grass. Holstein made the pass, and now we have another incident.
Yeah, in Moss. Morris is around.
Spins right in front of Knut Martinson. Martinson got a little bit of piece of him. We'll get this on replay. And if we'll stay on this a minute after the replay, stay on Martinson as he is then overtaken, not by 1, but by 2 drivers. Watch him down the straight. Godin gets him, and then on the outside, Charlie Summers gets him. That's the light blue car of Godin on the inside. The car with momentum is Summers on the outside. 3 wide into corner 8. They get it sorted out.
Woo. All right. So this train right now being led here by Patrick Kessler. Boy, this is some battle, man.
Yeah, I know, but I hate to this. I got to bring it up. Scott Newton is our leader. McLeod and Janssen, 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking at Kessler in 10th.
Wow.
And it has, yeah, it is. We'll stay on this one as they go down the straight. Actually, let's go all the way up if we can. It kind of starts up in 5th position. Let's go to 6th. This is Imre being challenged on the inside. This is Usher. Here we go one more time through the middle. That was going to be Mojak trying to get that done. Not going to happen. So it looks like Usher is going to be first into 8th this time. He cuts in front of Imre. Mojak gets in there, gets that spot as well. Vastamaki tucks back into 9th. Kessler holds off in 10th. 11th is Godin. Summers in 12th.
But they can't get around Osterkamp, Soup.
Yeah, Osterkamp was doing so well. He's been falling back now, down into 5th. Now they work their way through number 1. Doing a ride on board Renee Osterkamp, looking back at Usher. Boy, if Usher can get around Osterkamp, and while that's going on, I can just report we don't need to go there. Mariloso has had a spin. He was racing in about 18th position. He is out. He also collected Jordan Pierce to follow up on Osterkamp. If Usher can get around Osterkamp, maybe he can make a run at the leaders. Here we go again. Here we go. They finished Moss. What do you think, Sean? I think Usher's in pretty good shape here.
I think so, Soup. Sure looks like it.
Renee's going to hug the right. The dark blue car of Usher. He's going to have, I think he's going to be able to finish this even before they get to 8th. Yeah, sure enough. Osterkamp has to tuck in. Any other passes going on behind? Let's see. Kessler able to hold off Imre. Godin. Boy, this mess. Let's go to this one after they come through whites now. Kessler in 10th. Look at the mess back here. This is Godin in the light blue car working on the inside of Imre into 1. I think Godin's going to get that done. Imre's going to fall back into 11th. Summers, though, wants some more as well. He's looking to the outside as they work through Clayton. That's going to cost him some momentum, which is going to allow, here comes Luke Barton into the mix.
Barton trying to get around. Not going to, ooh, Barton.
Well,
got to hang on to it.
Costs him a position to Adam Tierney. Tierney in 13th, just trying to get some points.
Yeah, I think Martinson's going to pick him up too. Knut's here.
Everybody's around Moss again. It's the passing zone. Where can I find action? Let's go to Osterkamp in 6th. Sorry to jump you around so much, guys, but here comes the pass from Jerry Mojak. He gets to the inside. Going to be easily done. Osterkamp's going to fall another spot down. Let's go to 2nd. This one's really important. Carl Janssen has made it around Ty McLeod. He is up to second now. How far back to the leader? Oh, my goodness. 2.5 seconds, 15 minutes of racing to go before they get to Scott Newton. The interval from McLeod back to Manuel Hoyer, 3.5 seconds. And then it's another second to the charging Usher.
Well, Tierney's right back to where he started, Soup. Sitting there in 12th. He's got it all back. Now he's got to move forward. Is there anything up ahead of him? Yeah, Evan Imre, about a second.
This is how your points leader does it. He just chips away at it. He may not get the win, but he'll get the points working on Emery. Look for this pass to be made as they work through Moss. Tierney's in a really good spot. The only thing that could hurt Tierney here making this pass, well, he's too far back, actually. Watch out for Charlie Summers. I think Summers has a real run on him. And then even Luke Barton, 3 cars back. This is a battle for 12th. Tierney's going to have to play defensive. I thought he had a chance on Emery, but he's not going to get there. Sure enough, he takes the inside line. Charlie Summers on the outside. They go through 8. Boy, they get it worked out. Tierney's not going to force the issue. He wants to finish the race. He fights back. As they go through white, careful, keep it steady. It's Cialis Beltubs out of white. Now it's a drag race. The momentum, though, is with Luke Barton. No place for Barton to put the car. Tierney continues to hang on, but finally has to surrender Casper as he gets 12th position to Charlie Summers.
Good work there by
Contact
Charlie.
Vastamaki.
Oh.
He got in. What happened was, my goodness, Godin. No, it was Kessler who got a little bit off track. Vastamaki maybe had target fixation, following off onto the grass. No, that's not what happened.
Yeah,
Kessler got loose. Vastamaki
Yeah.
was just trying to get out of the way. He takes a tumble.
Boy, that's really, really going to hurt. Kessler, like you said, got a little bit loose, comes back across the track, makes that slight bit of contact. Ending it for Vastamaki. He's getting out of the car.
So the string of straight Tier 2 numbers stops for Vastamaki at 7. He had 7 wins in a row in the Tier 2 class. Not going to happen here in this sprint race. Okay, Jansen is ahead of McLeod for second. These guys need to behave right now. They got a chance as they work their way around the lap car of Alec Hudson. The interval up to the leader is about 2.2 seconds. They've knocked out about 0.3 of a second. They only have 12 minutes to get there. Maybe. Hoyer comfortably in 4th position. It's a long way back to Usher.
Godin getting by Mojak there. Mojak having trouble out of Moss. Boy, he had big trouble. Everybody getting past him now. Or I'm sorry, getting down into Moss. There we go. I keep messing up my turns here. Boy, he's caught out there on the outside. Mojak making contact.
That was Charlie Summers who did a little rhinoplasty, chopped the nose off of Mojak. Now here comes Adam Tierney. Looking for a little help from Luke Barton. Barton's going to make a 3 wide, going into 8. Easy there, Luke. Luke says there's room. I'm going in there. You guys figure it out. I'm in the preferred position. The momentum goes to Barton. Can they get it sorted out? Tierney says, I'm in a championship race here. I'm going to back out. I don't want any part of this. Barton gets 2 positions going into white. Watch the momentum from Summers on the outside. No, that opens the door for Tierney. Oh, Sean, my spider senses are tingling. Here comes the Orange Viking as well. Down into Clayton. It looks like they got this done. The problem is, no matter what you do, through Clayton, through Quebec, through 4, down into Moss, it all happens again between Moss and corner 8.
What a frantic pace these drivers are laying down here in this sprint race.
Don't need to go there. I can report that Carl Jansen has not been able on Scott Newton. He still has a 2.5 second lead. McLeod follows Jansen. Hoyer and Usher remain comfortably in 4th and 5th. This is where the action is. That's on the outside is Summers. Tierney on the inside. No, that's Barton on the inside. In the back is Tierney looking for a way around. They go into 8, can't get it done. Momentum now Switches back and forth. Barden has it. Barden's going to be first into white. Now they go down the straight again. Watch the toe. Summers nowhere to go. Tierney gets really close up in there. Talk about the popcorn position. Knut Martinson watching the show from 13th. We're thinking that maybe Rene Oosterkamp has had a problem. He's fallen back. Well, he's down to 7th. And yeah, he lost a spot. He had to give it up to Godin. We're looking at it right now in replay. Luckily, he kept it going straight. You can see the light blue car of Godin gets around. Now we go back live again.
Yeah. Soup going into the S's. Carl Jansen, Ty McLeod, side by side. McLeod getting the advantage. Ooh.
Now they work.
Trying to cross him over.
White now. Here we go. That is the preferred position, I think. Is he going to get it?
Ooh. Little bump there.
Yes, yeah. Jansen in second now. McLeod behind. Here comes Holstein. That type of fighting is just what Scott Newton wants. As the gap now opens up to 4.4 seconds for the Red Devil racer. Let me correct myself there. That is, he races for Apex Racing UK. That's where Scott races for. Newton, McLeod, Jansen, Hoyer, and Usher, your top 5. Godin got around Oosterkamp. So as they go through Moss, director, let's go back to 8th position again. This is where all the action is.
Oh, boy, McLeod coming back around. Boy, tough battle to leave right now. McLeod coming back around the outside here on Jansen. Down in the whites here.
A little bit of a bump between those two. McLeod gets the worst for wear. Jansen opens it up a bit. A little contact through whites. Now that interval 9 seconds back to Hoyer. 9/10 of a second, I apologize. Talking about Hoyer, let's drop back a bit because here comes Christoph Holstein. Oh, I apologize. Holstein is in 19th. He's a lap down. But good pace from Christoph.
Yuri Mojak just got by Silvio Hurt. That was for position up to 16th.
That is the final points paying position.
Yeah, Kessler off track.
Did he get together with Luke Barton? He sure did.
And Soup, I think our friend Luke Barton, or was that Kessler? Somebody's in the twilight zone.
Kessler got loose, got off on the grass, and Barton tried to take advantage of the opportunity. You can see he got a little bit lost momentum. And he tried to go to the inside. Not sure really there was enough road there for Luke to try to do that.
And Kessler disappearing into the twilight zone.
So that's a tough break for SimRC. Remember, they were teamed up with Oosterkamp. They were looking for points. Oosterkamp, his teammates, racing in 7th. Kessler was in 8th before that. Shot to the 5th dimension. Newton, 5 seconds ahead of Jansen and McLeod, who continue to horseplay. That's letting Manuel Hoyer get into the mix as well. Right now it is Hansen, McLeod, and Hoyer. Oh, Luke Barton. Oh, was that the same incident? I apologize. I guess Luke Barton was involved in that incident. I didn't realize that Barton was also taken out.
He was just involved in another one, Soup. Yeah,
so he's done.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that might be a little justice from the racing gods there.
Boy,
here
McLeod
it is again.
Gets by Jansen again.
They've touched before. Oh my gosh. This is becoming a battle on principle now. McLeod out in front first, out of whites. He's actually first down into the first corner as well. No passing opportunities through here as we're going to look off the tail. We're going to look on Janssen, looking up ahead. Nothing can be done here. Now they go through Clayton. Through Quebec. Now they head down through 4.
Going to get to the top of the hill here and then slam it to the left, downhill into Moss. Such a tough braking zone here to get right every time. Oh, locking it up just in front of him, Jordan Pierce.
Jordan just trying to get out of the way.
Don't mind if you get out of the way, just don't do it in a scary spot.
Mariloso, if I can report, has had an off. He's crashed. So let's stay on this battle.
Woo! Defensive move there by Ty McLeod.
McLeod in second. Janssen in third. Manuel Hoyer back there enjoying the show. Yeah.
You know, I was just about to mention that. We haven't even talked about that. Look who's right behind him. Manuel Hoyer is now really part of this battle.
Usher 3 seconds back. Only just under 4 minutes of racing to go. Scott Newton 6 seconds out in front. Nice job from Scott.
Usher was not a bad pick, Sue. Not a bad pick.
It's all going on, the man who is going wire to wire, Scott Newton. Let's stay on this. We're looking at this battle for second. Right now, all right, this is going to change this time. Oh, this is going to be over really quick. McLeod gets a bad exit out of Moss. Here comes Janssen. This is going to make a big hole for Hoyer. Let's see what kind of attitude he has right now with just over 3 minutes of racing to go. Does he want to get in this one? He's got the run. Does he want to force the issue? No, he says, boys, you decide what you want to do first. I'll figure out. And he waits. Janssen is able to get up in front of McLeod. Now Hoyer will have a good run out of whites. Is he going to force the issue again? Maybe not time. Sean, it's even money if Janssen, McLeod, and Hoyer all make it around to the end of this race.
Yeah, I think so, Soup.
One of these guys may not get there.
It's really a good battle, though, man. I'll tell you what, with a race that's seen a lot of, or here comes this run by McLeod. I better shut up.
It's going to happen here. It's all about this exit, getting a decent exit off. If you can this way decent, you got a shot. Again, I think the biggest hole is being punched for Hoyer if he wants to be really aggressive. Hoyer doesn't get a good run out of Moss this time. The defensive line from Janssen, staying to the right. Protecting the inside. No way to stop that. Just way too good of a run, and McLeod gets it done even before they get to 8. But that's okay. Janssen will just sit back there, get a good exit through out of here, through the left-hander that is 9, through the S's, out of whites. Now he'll get a good run down the main straight. Might be a little too far back to make the challenge into 1. They cross the line. The leader, I think...
Oh, Janssen around. Ooh.
Oh, not...
He was pushing it on the incidents. Obviously, he's gone.
He does a nice 360. He had the car going in the right direction, but iRacing says, that's enough from you, young man.
Wow.
Unmanned fire hose, I'm telling you.
In the closing, 2 laps to go, Soup, and he's gone. Wow. And Charlie Summers just got by Renee Osterkamp. That puts him up to 6th. Charlie up 21 spots, Soup. 21.
Well, we thought one of these drivers might not get to the end, and sure enough.
Wow, boy. You called that.
You know, Adam Tierney, your points leader, he's not going to finish. He's down in 23rd. This is going to be an interesting point change going on. Scott Newton, a Tier 2 driver, going to pick up some big points as he works around whites for the final time. Well, the next to the final time. He comes across the line, get the white flag this time. And let me go a little bit farther as now McLeod is working his way through 3. Newton is all the way through 4, heading into Moss for the final time. Hoyer sitting comfortably in 3rd. Don't think he's going to be able to get to McLeod. Usher has vultured his way up to 4th. But let's look at this. 4th position. We'll cover this one. Oh, Usher makes a mistake.
He does.
Doug gets it.
Locks him up, and Godot gets right around. Good job by Francois of avoiding that and getting through, taking advantage of it. Back to Scott Newton, Soup.
Working through 8. Through the S's. One more right-hander. There'll be nothing between him and the gingham flag. So he rolls underneath. Give the sprint race win, round number 5. From Canadian Tire Motorsports Park to Scott Newton. Ty McLeod gets 2nd. Manuel Hoyer's going to get 3rd. Usher 4th. No, Godin 4th. Usher 5th. Summers and Osterkamp. Sarah Dove's going to get 9th spot. She finishes right behind Evan Imre.
Looking to see if Luber Morris can catch Casper Thron here in the S's. Morris closing, but I don't think he's going to get him out of whites, and he doesn't.
Oh, no, he's not going to get him because Morris has spun. Did he get across the line yet?
No.
No, he's going in the wrong direction. Put it in reverse. That's it. And he gets across the line that way.
Guess I shouldn't have said anything on that.
He'll score some points. Silvio Hurt is going to get some points in 12th. Kmart coming home in 13th position. I believe he's the last car on the lead lap. Nope. Connor Ryan comes across in 15th. He's the last car on the lead lap. We're going to go to break right now, but don't go far. We'll come back and run down the entire finishing order of the sprint race, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock here on the gate in Canada. Back in a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of Apex Online Racing's Formula Renault 2.0 Season 8 Championship. Well, the feature race was a bit chaotic. The sprint race was a little more what we're used to here. Still had its incidents, though. Let's run down the order of that sprint race right now. Scott Newton, wire to wire, baby, as he comes home well out in front, 5.2 seconds ahead of Ty McLeod. McLeod was in a tight battle the whole time with Carl Janssen. Janssen had a spin and went to the twilight zone. Janssen's going to finish way down the order. Third position, Manuel Hoyer. Jean-Francois Godard gets around Mark Usher as Usher makes a mistake in Moss close to the end. Usher has to settle for fifth. My gosh, summer is here. 27th to 6 for Charlie Summers. Renee Osterkamp, second, falls 5 position back to 7th. The Rolling Thunder, Evan Imre, up to 8th position. And in 9th, it is Sarah Dove, a good run from her. And Casper Thrawn rounding out your top 10. Before I give it to Sean, let me point out that there were 4 drivers, Tier 2 drivers, in that top 10. Newton, Hoyer, Dove, and Thrawn. Okay, Sean?
And surprisingly, this race, for the first time all season, Soup, no rookies in that top 10.
No, not at all.
Yeah, bad day for the rookies. Let's see. All right, so the second 10. Let's take him. Yuri Mojak, going to wind up 11th. Lubomir Morris, 12th. Silvio Hurt up 15 spots. Soup finishes 13th. Knut Martinson, 14th. Connor Ryan, 15th.
There's your top rookie.
There you go. Christoph Holstein, 16th. 17th. Going to go to Carl Janssen. What could have been for him today? Oh, geez. 18th. Going to go to Jordan Pierce. 19th. Alec Hudson. And Luke Barton, another rookie down there, going to finish 20th.
Rounding out the guys who had trouble. 7 laps down. Patrick Kessler, big name there. Alexis Mariloso. Adam Tierney, your points leader. He finally has a bad race. 23rd, no points for him. Yunus Vastamaki, he's been crushing the Tier 2 championship. Not doing so good in this sprint race. Tom Van Hoyman, Jeroen de Cortel, Daniel Morris, Harrison Finch. Boy, you talk about rags to riches, or I guess riches to rags. So dominant in the feature race. Comes home 28th here. And the last car out there, Christian, to catch another driver with trouble. All right, Sean, let's go ahead and do some interviews. Has anybody been able to come in here to be around?
Yeah, you've got Scott Newton, our big winner from the sprint race suit.
Wire to wire, Scott. Congratulations.
Cheers, Bill. Didn't expect that, given the fact that I got a bit of contact in the feature. Had the 3-stop in the fact that I had to just pit for fuel just due to the restriction. But luckily I snagged the pole position, being the last kind of the lap down, and then yeah, I knew I had the pace. It's just unfortunate that I couldn't convert it in the feature, but yeah, stoked to get the win, despite the fact that I hate this track.
Yeah, I think you'll have a lot of company with that opinion. Tell us about Mosport. Why attrition was just horrendous, and it wasn't so much from contact as driver error. Was it tough to keep the car on the track?
To be honest, if you've got the right setup, it can be. But definitely going into Moss Corner and that is quite tricky with the downhill entry, but then it rises very, very quickly, and then it upsets the car due to it being a off-camber track, part of the track, and then can send you wide. But also trying to avoid the bump in turn 2. I managed to hit that in the feature, and that put me even further back. So it was mainly just staying in the right parts of the track to keep the car in a straight line to get to the finish.
Well, with Vastamaki having troubles today and you winning here in the Tier 2 as a Tier 2 driver, big points for you. Good luck for you as you work on that Tier 2 championship.
Yeah, no worries, Bill. Cheers for that.
All right, there you have it. Our sprint race winner, it is Scott Newton. All right, who we have next?
Soup, I caught up with Casper Thrawn. Casper, congratulations. I know you qualified, or you started a lot better in the sprint race and only finished 10th, but you know what? You had a good consistent day with a 13th place finish in the feature and a 10th here in the sprint. What happened? What got you a little bit off there today? Casper, can you hear us, buddy?
You can hear me. It's
Yep.
a little bit delayed because
Gotcha.
I can hear you over Discord or Skype.
Well, we got you, buddy.
Not a lot of practice because of work and everything. So yeah, I only have 20 minutes of practice, believe it or not, and I try to just survive the race. And in the second race, I actually got through, and I found a lot of time there. So
Well, you know what? It was crazy. It seemed Mosport wound up being quite a challenge for all of the drivers. So your lack of practice certainly, I don't think that contributed to what we saw today. It just seemed to be a real crazy race out there today, didn't it?
it was a lot of crazy, especially in the first race. I had to avoid two cars, just barely avoided, and need to take the gravel. But yeah, I think actually it was a crazy race, but it was actually a fun race too. So and I had with so much faith in the car and the track, but actually I got it pretty home well, I think.
All right, Casper. Well, congratulations. Thanks for catching up with us today. And now Soup is caught up with Tom Van Hoyman. Talk to him about his day.
Let's see. Is he in the booth yet? I don't think he's quite in here yet. Let's see.
He's
He's
here.
in there. Tom, you have a copy? And we're waiting to see if Tom has us here. I guess Tom does not. We'll come back. We'll get Tom in a minute.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go. We got you, Tom.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Hello.
It's good to talk to you. We've seen you in here. We haven't had much chance to talk to you. Not a points day for you, but nevertheless, this track was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough, but I really liked the track, and I really got a really decent pace, consistent pace, and I was doing well in the future race. I think in place 14 or 15 because Jeroen spun in front of us, in front of Sarah and me. And I was like, all right, going well, and yeah, I just got up with Sarah, just going into the wall, flying everywhere. So I was like, all right, maybe some in the sprint race, but I was in turn 2 behind Christian, and the brakes just locked up completely, and I just ran into the back of him and ruined his race as well. But yeah, two really bad races for me this evening.
iRacing has you in the Benelux Club with the van in your name. I'm going to make the assumption you race out of the Netherlands.
The Netherlands, yeah.
What part? You wouldn't be anywhere by one of my favorite movies is called The Knight's Tale. You wouldn't be anywhere close to Gelderland, would you? You ever hear about Gelderland?
Oh, how do I say that? Yeah, how do I say that? It's just we got 11 continents, or
Like states or counties. Yes, I understand.
We got 11 states, and it's just one state above my state. So it's just like 30 minutes drive, and I'm in Gelderland.
Okay, I'm waiting
Yeah.
for some driver to be from there. Hey, it's good to meet you. Congratulations. Let's get some points next time out.
It's got a new paint scheme as well, so I was like, all right, good fresh luck, but not today. So, but I hope for next time.
All right, good luck next time out. Tom Van Hoyman.
Soup, that's like a trip to Fort Worth from Dallas, basically.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
You know the Knight's Tale, Sean? That's where the knight Ulick Van or whatever he is, the knight who he impersonates a knight there. That's a great movie if you've never seen A Knight's Tale.
All right.
Who we
take
got
that
next?
under advisement. I've got Evan Imre in with us. Hey, Evan, it's Crackers. How are you?
Ah, I'm not too bad. Yourself?
I'm good, buddy. Hey, you were very consistent today. You lost a couple of spots there in the sprint, but an 8th place and an 11th place, that's a pretty good points day.
Yeah, it was a good points day. It could have been a little bit more, actually. In the first race, I was avoiding that incident on the first lap at that difficult corner onto the back straight, and I ended up going up the inside of Rennie, and it was kind of my fault, basically. So I pitted on lap 1, and I was near the back, but because so many people binned it in the wall, I ended up 11th somehow in the first race. And then second race, I was fighting. I was actually putting up a fight up against the fast guys who were coming through, but they went past me, and then a lot of them crashed again. So I ended up 8th. So good points there, as you say.
Think I'm gonna hop on Twitter and get hashtag Bindit trending for the rest of the day. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea, actually. It's-
What makes this track so tough? I mean, I know in practice yesterday, you really seem like you're on the throttle an awful lot. It's those couple of spots that are really easy to get in trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been much more difficult in previous seasons because we started in the Pro Mazda where it was really even bumpier, and the Renault has kind of increased in grip over the seasons, and we were in the morning conditions today, so there was a bit more grip out there. But turn 2, that fast left downhill, and obviously the corner onto the back straight is the toughest one out of the lot. So I usually go well around here, so it's good to keep that up.
Well, and it's good to talk to you, my friend. Next week you'll be here before we know it, and I'll see you boys on Thursday for a little bit of practice. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend, my friend.
You too. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, and that was Evan Imre, and thanks to all of them, ladies and gentlemen, there at the AOR for another great race today, Soup.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here. So let's give our thanks. We'd like to thank everybody at the Apex Online Racing Organization for Formula Renault 2.0 League and for all the members who support the broadcast. We know you have a lot of choices when you fly. Thanks for flying GSRC. Thanks to the company's equipment and software that you see on the screen now that we use on our broadcast. The original music that gives every GSRC production that unique flavor and feel is thanks to Eric Eckham and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them.
And Soup, I lost my spot. I lost my spot in the script, but
you're the red
but I got you, buddy. The AOR returns to kick off GSRC's schedule with round 6 next week. I'm sorry, the halfway point of the season, Friday, the 19th of January, Road America.
Oh, that'll be good.
The full course. Yes, sir. GSRC will be there to bring you all the action. We hope you join us for more information about GSRC. Your best bet is GlobalSimRacingChannel.com, and yes, find us on social media at GSR Channel. If you just go over to Facebook and type in Global Sim Racing Channel, you'll find us there. Don't forget about our YouTube page where you're watching us now. Hey, subscribe, hit that button, subscribe to us, and you'll always be tapped in with what's going on with the Global Sim Racing Channel.
Here's a new feature I'm just adopting right now, and that is Soup's movie pick, A Knight's Tale, little Heath Ledger. Check it out, boys and girls. Best jousting movie ever made. If you want to see knights and ladies dancing to some Rolling Stones, yeah, you got to watch it. Finally, on behalf of the man whose voice you just heard, Sean Ambrose, our director, Joe Peak, and our camera artist, Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. With that said, we're out of here to have fun storm the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.